Hey everybody, this is Nick from Android Headlines. Today, I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Droid Optimizer app. Now, Droid Optimizer is developed by a company called Shampoo, which I suppose given the name you would probably assume that their products do some kind of cleaning or something. As the name implies, Droid Optimizer is an app that helps keep your phone organized and clean. Like a number of other apps in this app category, you'll find that it clears out RAM, helps keep files organized, basically gives you an idea of how much free space you have, how much free RAM you have, and of course there's a few little achievements in here. If you're used to the ones on like an Xbox or something like that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Jumping right into the app setup here, you'll see right on the main screen, you have a little dashboard up top. Basically it's going to tell you how much free RAM you have, how much free space you have on the phone, and then of course your little achievement status on the right. So clicking on any one of these is going to bring up another dialog. So right now, this is the OnePlus 2 review unit that I've been using. I've got quite a bit of free space. But in case I really needed to clean something up, you can do it pretty easily from here. Now this is a phone that doesn't usually have RAM problems, but we're not going to get into that too much right now. There's a lot of phones out there though that do have quite a few RAM problems. They either don't have enough RAM, or like some of the newer Samsung phones, they have a big problem with scheduling just how to clear that RAM out. If you click on the free RAM right on the top, it's going to tell you exactly what apps are running. It'll break it down by user apps and system apps. It gives you nice little icons for each, and it makes it pretty easy to know exactly what's taking up all the memory on your phone. So if you're running a phone with maybe only like a gig of RAM or something like that, this is going to be very important for you to see. There's a handy little close all button at the bottom that you can use in case you need to, and that's of course in place of a close all button maybe on your task manager or something like that that's normally built into the phone, because some manufacturers don't include that. Moving into the main screen, you'll see there's a one-touch speed up. Clicking on the one-touch speed up does exactly what you think it will. Pretty much runs all the services on the apps that need to be run, does the job very quickly. If you're looking for a little more detail in your cleanup, you can move into each one of the sections. So the first one you're going to look at is just the cleanup section. We'll do the junk finder. It'll tell you exactly how many files are on your phone and then what it detects as junk. So you can set it as a different file size. If you want anything bigger than the default is 3 megs. So normally anything under 3 megs is some kind of system file, something small. Anything above that's probably going to be a movie, a download, something like that that's going to take up a lot of space that you may not want on there. So you break it down by big files. A lot of these ones I have in here are from benchmarks or other apps that download extra files that take up quite a bit of room. You can delete them individually, and of course they have the icon of the app in question right next to the file. So if you're looking at something and you don't know what devicelist4.json is, you can see, hey, that's the 3D mark icon. I probably shouldn't delete that. This is a nice little nuance that comes in handy when trying to figure out exactly what's taking up all the space in your phone. There's an auto start manager because a lot of phones don't let you decide what starts up with the phone and what doesn't. The nice thing here is that you can select individual apps, or if you don't want anything to start with the phone, you can pretty much just click this little toggle switch up here, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have lots of free RAM as soon as your phone reboots. You can also show system apps if you really want to, but that's probably not a good idea if you don't know what you're doing. You could really screw your phone up pretty bad. From here, there's also a couple other instant actions like stopping background apps, cleaning the cache. It's real quick and easy. It literally takes half a second after you click it. If you want your browsing data clear real quickly, bam, you hit it, it's done. It's really a one-stop shop for anything you need to clean out cache, anything like that. Going back to the main screen, you'll find an automatic schedule on here. You can schedule anything from an auto cleanup, so you can run this at any time of the day. There's a number of different options here that you can set. And you can also manage a whitelist of which apps you want to kill and which apps you don't. So let's say you really don't want the thing killing Chrome because, well, that's going to make you reload all the pages you have open. You just select Chrome, go back to the whitelist, and you're all set. It won't ever kill Chrome, and that's really nice because I'm sure plenty of you out there have had apps that get killed, and it's really annoying to have to reload the tabs. There's also a good night scheduler, which will disable Wi-Fi at night. This is handy for those going on trips or other people who don't like to plug their phone in at night for whatever reason, as it keeps the Wi-Fi off and helps your battery not drain quite as much at night. Back at the main page again, we'll take a look at the App Manager section of the Droid Optimizer app. Now this section will tell you exactly how many apps are installed, how much room each of them takes up, and what permissions they have. So we'll go into Chrome again, for instance, and you see, hey, check it out. You have all these permissions here that Chrome can access, as well as all the services that Chrome runs. From here, you can either run the app or you can uninstall it, as well as just going to the individual app info settings by clicking the little eye icon. Moving back into the main page, probably one last time, you have the Privacy Advisor section. Now, the Privacy Advisor section is basically trying to tell you, hey, we found these apps. They've got some pretty weird permissions. You may want to make sure that they're legit permissions. After all, it's pretty easy to just install apps from the store, especially free ones, without looking at the huge list of permissions that it has, or necessarily knowing why it has the permissions it does. So for instance, we'll go into PayPal, and we'll see, hey look, This has identified critical permissions that it can access my find location, so that's GPS location. It can read my contacts, it can send messages, and it can even authenticate accounts. Now, if that was something that wasn't quite as well known as PayPal, you might not want to use that. It's also an easy way to identify which apps, again, especially free ones or ones that have ads, you might want to avoid because they may have some weird permissions that are going to access your information, maybe share your information, since after all they are free. Speaking of free, the Droid Optimizer app is completely free, has no ads, and does not have any weird permissions that it shouldn't have. So it's not going to read your contacts, it's not going to be sending messages without your permission, and it's not going to be costing you extra money. This is done because Shampoo has a number of other apps on the Play Store, and they pretty much want you to try this out, see how well this works, and give some of their other apps a shot. So go ahead and check out the written review. You'll see a link to the Play Store listing in that review, and you can also check out some of Shampoo's other apps as well if you're interested. Appreciate you watching. Until next time.